Yo, what's good? I'm Marcus. You're the channel, The Debt Free Dad. Wanted to jump on real quick so I could talk about this video that I saw online. A couple people sent it to me after I saw it already, but I wanted to give my opinions and thoughts on it. Hey, I'm an attorney. I'm a licensed attorney. I am not your attorney, so this isn't legal or financial advice. I'm just giving my opinions on takes, topics, current events, and occasionally letting y'all know what's going on in the household of DFD as it relates to our financial freedom journey. Now, let's talk a little bit about this. I say this on the channel all the time. The most important decision that a person will probably make in their lifetime with their finances is who they choose to marry. Whoever you decide to marry, say I do with, and make that contractual legal partnership with, that's probably going to be the biggest decision that you're going to make with regard to your finances. You know why? Because if y'all on the same page, is a great chance that y'all financial trajectory is going to go up. If y'all on two different pages, or you on page 39 and they on page 57, it could be a possibility that your financial trajectory is going to go downhill and not be too great. So that's probably one of the most important decisions a person can make about their finance. So I saw this clip. It was on a married couple, and they were talking about getting a house. So I want to dive into this clip. Then we're going to talk about it a little bit, and y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Let's go ahead and get things queued up. I like to jump right into the video off the break. I like to jump right into the video off the break and not waste no time. It's weird because it's mad quiet in here. Like, everybody's gone. These are those rare moments. My son is on a college tour, so he's in a different state traveling all week. So I'm definitely going to enjoy the peace and quiet that I have because I rarely have it. I wish I could get rid of the dog too, but that's a whole nother story. So so let's dive into this video with this couple, and then we're going to talk about it and jump in. And y'all let me know if y'all can't hear it. I think the sound and everything should be queued up, good to go.
Need to be held as a married couple to evaluate what we want out of life and what we need to do to get there.
I love the fact that you're talking about like seeing us living here and the kids running around. Did you see yourself buying a house soon?
I see it in the future.
That's definitely something to think about because I wouldn't want us, staying in apartments and renting houses. That's like just throwing money away.
You're the realtor, so you gotta tell me when the market is right.
Oh, it's right now.
Okay, so real quick, we're going. Hey, I gotta take a pause. I like how she set him up for the old question. Like, yeah, that's glad you. It's always with the kids. I'll tell y'all every time a child was born, I made a purchase of something that was expensive. My first child bought a house. My second child, I bought a big ass truck. So there's always some expense related to the child. So peep game, how she was like, oh, you can see us, a family, the kids running around, blah blah blah, because renting is throwing away money, which renting is not throwing away money. It has its benefits. But just peep game, she's a realtor, they're already married, and he just told her, well, you're the realtor, you got to let me know when is the best time to jump in. And her reaction was, oh, the best time is right now.
Oh well, we want that even person. That's like 3 months.
That's 3 months.
I give them the time though. Just met, getting married, purchasing a home, and then like kids and still paying for my degree. It's like I just want to make sure that I'm financially stable to afford this lifestyle for us.
As long as we, continue this marriage, you have to get us a house. You have.
All right, Pete, what she said. That's wow. As long as we continue this marriage, as long as we continue this marriage, you have to get us a house. Now, y'all let me know what y'all think. She's using the phrase us, but it really is used in the context of me. Because if it was really about us, she would probably give a damn about what he's saying. But her last statement was, as long as we're in this marriage, you have to get us a house. Let me kick it back.
As long as we, continue this marriage, house, you have to buy the house.
I have to buy it.
So I could say my husband bought me a house.
So you don't want to have no parts in helping me buy the house?
I mean, I'll be on the deed.
She wants the benefit of being able to say, "My husband bought me a house." I'm gonna just be honest. I don't think. I mean, there's some wives who probably can utter that phrase, but most time I think it's weird buying a house. I personally don't know anybody who was like, "Hey, my husband bought me a house." Most times it's weird buying a house. You gonna help me? You ain't gonna help with nothing. I'll be on the deed. I thought that was hilarious. You ain't gonna help me with nothing. She was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna be on the deed."
So you don't want to have no parts in helping me buy the house?
I mean, I'll be on the deed.
How does that work?
Oh, it works every day in marriages.
Been married before?
Other people's marriages I know about. Their husband bought them a house, a car.
It works and this is hilarious because dude faces like, really, it works in other people, it works in every day in marriages. You've been married before, and other people marriages I know about. Everything works in everybody marriages that you know about until you find out that they're getting a divorce. That's kind of just how those things work. You think that every marriage is great. Oh, he bought her a house or bought her a car. And a lot of times when people doing stuff like that, it's probably not agreed on by both parties, or it could be somebody doing something like that because they made a big ass mistake and now they got to pay for it. Literally.
I mean, especially if I'm pushing out kids, those are some good push gifts.
Now let me pause it. I don't know when the concept of push gifts were invented. Okay, I don't know where push gifts derived from. I don't know who invented the concept, but it's a really crazy idea that you're entitled to. You already have a baby shower, which I get, but you're entitled to a gift for actually having the child. Well, hey, as the guy probably did some pushing too. Does he get something for a push gift? I'm confused about how push gifts work. If there's a monetary threshold on push gifts, like it could be anything or $1,000 or what. So the concept of push gifts always was a little foreign to me because it seemed like something that was just kind of made up by happenstance at some particular point in time.
I mean, especially if I'm pushing out kids, those are some good push gifts.
Okay, Shaquille, let's say to work towards buying a house together.
Facts.
Shaquille, no, you're gonna buy me a house. Stuck on buying you a house.
That's a house.
You said you. You said buy my wife a house.
Yeah. This is who I am.
All right, real quick, let me rewind that. That didn't seem creepy to y'all. When she said "This is who I am" and that laugh, that was a little like that little scene out of a movie right before you realize that that character is like kind of psycho.
This is that's a house.
You said you. You said buy my wife a house.
Yeah. This is who I am. Keep thinking. Let's think it home.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about that clip. I thought that clip was interesting as hell, actually. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that clip. You got this couple who married. This brother is clearly not ready to buy a house. He clearly doesn't think he's in they're in a financial place to buy a home. He said he wanted to pay off some debt. He said he got his student loans going on. He said he had all of these things that he wanted to take care of so that he can make sure they're financially able to live the lifestyle that they want to live once they purchase a home. she really didn't give a damn about any of that. She wanted the house now. He said, "Well, we're not going to buy it right now." She was like, "Well, we could buy it with your lease up." He was like, "That's in 3 months." So let's talk a little bit about this purchasing houses as a married couple. Now, I have an interesting way of thinking about this. I think most times the way that it's going to be in a healthy relationship, and hey, who picks out what may be different, but I think most times it's going to be some, they call it in the legal world when people agree to something, a meeting of the minds. Most times the spouse, partner A, partner B, going to have a conversation. They're going to come up with what they can afford, how much they could spend, what type of house they want. So, and for me, I'll tell you in my situation, every time we bought a house, my wife has the say in the house that we ultimately select. I'm gonna be honest, I really don't care because picking out houses is her thing. The same way when it's time for me and I want to buy my wife another car, she don't care what I get her. She's just like, okay, I generally know what she likes, so I'm sure it'll be something that she enjoys. So for us, when it came to us purchasing our first home, purchasing our second home, it kind of boiled down to this is how much we can afford. These are the things that I want in the house. I want, hey, I want my own room or man cave. You know, they always bury us in the basement, fellas. You know, like if you got a sub basement, however many levels your house go down, that's where you're gonna be at. But you want a man cave, you want a driveway, a little bit of yard. Of course, you want, you know, uh, HVAC unit, heating and air. You pick out all these things you want. So for me, I picked out things that a house that we have to live in has to have this. It has to have at a minimum this amount of rooms. These are the deal breakers for me: yard, off street parking. You know, a man cave, enough room for an office. You know, you got to have these particular things. Once I lay down my list of things that the house needs, things that it has to have, the options that I want, and what the price is. Once I give my wife those parameters, I'll be honest, I really don't care what she picks as far as a house concerned. Now, everybody may not be like that. Some people may be like, oh, I want a, split level house, or I don't want any stairs in the house. I don't care. As long as the things that are necessity and a few of the things I want are in it and is within that price range, if you can find something that has that for our price range, I'm cool with it. Now, unless it's some crazy, like the foundation to the house has horizontal and vertical splits in it, like no, something like that, no. But generally, it was her call as to what house we would buy. And most times she would narrow it down to two houses. And then once she narrowed it down to two houses, we kind of reconvened to figure out which house we wanted to get. And so let's talk about buying something for your partner. Most times it's, well, I wouldn't have a problem with her situation. What's going on, Britt? I appreciate you tuning in. I wouldn't have a problem with that sister's position of wanting her husband to buy her a house. Okay, you want your husband to buy you a house. You don't really want to contribute. You just want to be on the deed. You shouldn't complain about the amount of house that he could buy. Because I don't think that situation ever comes into fruition. Buy me a house. Okay, I can only afford this $200,000 house. That's normally not how those situations work. I think the problem occurs because spouse partner wants a house. Other person may not be ready to buy it, but what are they gonna do? Especially fellas. Fellas, you gonna try to give your lady what she want. You're not gonna buy the house that you could afford, because this wouldn't even be a story, or it wouldn't even be entertaining if she said, I want you to buy me a house. And he said, okay, I could afford a $200,000 house. And she was like, okay, that's cool. That's not the story, because it never happens like that. They always want something that's more than what you can afford. That's kind of the point of contention. Hey, what's going on? I appreciate you tuning in, Lise. I mean, yeah, it was kind of crazy. I mean, her response was, are you going to help me contribute? And she was like, yeah, I'm going to be on the deed. if she's not paying for it, she needs to be grateful for whatever the house costs. I agree with that. This guy clearly wasn't ready to buy a house. And I'm gonna run it back since we got a few other people in here. It's a real short clip. I'm gonna play it all the way through because I want everybody to get all the context to match up. But I'm gonna play it all the way through one time. It's like 2 minutes or something like that, so nothing too crazy.
Need to be held as a married couple to evaluate what we want out of life and what we need to get there.
I love the fact that you're talking.
Oh man, I'm skipping
What
stuff.
we want out of life and what we need to do to get there.
I love the fact that you're talking about like seeing us living here and the kids running around. Did you see yourself buying a house soon?
I see it in the future.
Definitely something to think about because I wouldn't want us, staying in apartments and renting houses. That's like just throwing money away.
You're a realtor, so you gotta tell me when the market is right.
Oh, it's right now.
Oh, when we walk out of here, we're not one person tomorrow.
No. We can wait till you lease it.
So, like 3 months.
Right.
I give it a little time though. Just met,
Right.
getting married,
Mm-hmm.
purchasing a home, and then like kids and still paying for my degree. It's like I just
That's
want to
a
make
great
sure that I'm
segue.
financially stable to afford this lifestyle for us.
As long as we, continue this marriage. House. The house.
As long as we continue this budget, you got to get us a house.
I don't have to lie.
Because my husband bought me a house.
So you don't want to have no parts in helping me buy the house?
I mean, I'll be on the deed.
How does that work?
Oh, it works every day in marriages.
Been married before?
Other people's marriages I know about. Their husband bought them a house, a car. I mean, especially if I'm pushing out kids. Those are some good push gifts.
Push gifts. Come on
Shaquille,
now.
let's save to work towards buying a house together. Shaquille, no, you're gonna buy me a house.
She said, yeah.
Just stuck on the buying you a house.
That's a house.
You said you. You said buy my wife a house.
Yeah. This is who I am.
That was just psychotic.
Keep thinking. Let's take it home.
All right, so yeah. That's funny. You got some looking eyes and a laugh. Yeah, I thought that was absolutely insane and crazy. I mean, that's why whatever network that's on, that's probably gonna be an amazing ass show to watch. But there's a lot of people who buy things just to please their spouse. And I'm gonna just be honest. Like, let's be honest. Anybody in the chat room who's married, like, when was the last time you like actually asked your spouse for something and they flat out said no? Like, I'm gonna just be honest. Like, I honestly can't remember because most things, I mean, one, my wife don't ask for no crazy ass stuff like Birkin bags and everything. So it's not that big of an issue. But most times if the wife asks for something, I mean, most times we probably gonna do it. And if we can't do it right now, the conversation is like, it's very rarely is it like a nah, we can't do that. It's more like a no, we can't do that right now. Let's sit down and figure out how can we get to whatever it is this damn destination is. I know y'all guys, some guys probably like, yeah, you a simp. But not really. Like most people aren't gonna tell their spouse that they can't have something. Most times, if you are pretty good financially, y'all work relatively well as a collective group, you're gonna sit down and be like, okay, we can't do this right now. But hey, it's okay. You want a new car? Let's sit down, put our heads together so we can figure out and plan to get what the hell we want. Pretty much never. See, your husband is a simp too, like me. Nah, I'm tripping. I don't know what the name of that show is. I'm gonna find the name of it and I'm gonna pin it in the first comment. It's something that's coming on like, I don't know, probably A&E or one of them drama reality shows. But it's pretty uh okay, Married at First Sight. See, I knew somebody would know what it was. Married at First Sight. Yeah, I thought that was crazy as hell though. But genuinely, I mean, what's going on, sis? I think generally most times. So okay, so I know for a fact there's a few people married in this room, and one of them said hardly ever. Like most time, guys aren't going to tell their wife no to something they asked for. They're going to be like, they'll say no, right, not right now. That's kind of my thing. I'm like, nah, we can't do that right now. Let's figure out the the monetary logistics of it. But this lady was just kind of walking. Now that makes sense though. It's Married at First Sight. So I don't know what the concept of the show is, but I'm assuming they probably got married in like a week or something, a week or something like that. So so that may make it a little bit more logical. But even couples who aren't on the show called Married at First Sight, most times it's not uncommon for a lot of people to get in financial trouble trying to please their spouse, trying to get their significant other everything they want, or trying to pay for a fuck up. both both are true. Both can be relatively costly as well. Okay, come on at Lifetime. Oh, it's insane. So now you got me wanting to look at it now because I thought this clip was actually insane. So now you got me wanting to watch it. But it's not uncommon for people to get into financial trouble trying to please someone else. Now this could be one or two things. It could be several reasons. Some of the common ones are you don't know how to say no and you aren't good with your finances or you aren't good with your finances. So if you aren't good with your finances, even if I tell my wife not right now don't mean a damn thing because whenever we get it done, I'm not good with my finances. So I'm probably not gonna have the cash to do it. I probably didn't plan it out. Probably gonna have to put it on the credit card. It is what it is. So either this normally occurs when people aren't good with their finances, when people don't know how to actually say and use the word no. Now, if it's something, just because I know this sounds real simpish, just because I can't, I really don't tell my wife no for certain things. If it's a request that denotes a no, I'm a have to put my foot down and say no. But like I said, most times she's pretty reasonable and logical. She don't ask for anything that's just like kind of crazy and off the wall. And if it is something that's like, I don't know, what would be crazy? What is something that's crazy or off the wall that like my wife really asked for? It's not really nothing. And even if she asked for something that was kind of off the wall, this is wild, but because she normally doesn't ask for a lot of crazy ass things, I'm just kind of like, okay, like how often does she actually ask for this? Like, yeah, like no, I'm not gonna buy her a $15,000 bag, but if my wife wanted a bag that cost a couple stacks, two, three stacks, like how often am I buying that during the course of our relationship? It's not an everyday thing. So I'm like, okay, that's what you want. I'll figure out a way to plan to be able to get it. But this brother on Married at First Sight, it should be called Divorce at First Sight because this probably isn't going to go well. And I think for me, the best part of the video was her sadistic laugh after she said the phrase, "This is who I am." That's kind of crazy, but sometimes we don't know how to tell the people who we love or we cared about or trying to make happy no. And you got to learn how to tell people no. Like, no is no with a period at the end is a sentence. And if you don't know how to say it, you're going to end up in a world of hurt. I don't understand the whole concept of push gifts. I'm just like kind of confused. I felt like I didn't hear that until the 2010s, maybe. I feel like that was something that was created during the last 10 to 15 years for a push gift. I don't know. I never heard of it. And I don't know, are there rules or parameters to the cost of a push gift? Like she talked about a house would be a great push gift. I'm like, God damn, that's not like at some point in time, if they have kids, he did some pushing too. Does he get a gift? I'm confused as to how it works out, and it really doesn't make sense. It should be called Divorce at First Sight. because the season finale is not looking good. Okay, so this is the current season. That clip is from the current season. Oh, that's interesting. I gotta I gotta see how that plays out. But I don't know. A lot of people base the happiness in their relationships on what they could get or what someone can do for them. It's actually a clip. I'm trying to think if I should play that clip. Have y'all ever heard of a YouTuber? Shout out to Kendra G. She got a YouTube channel and she has people on the show. I think a house is a nice push gift though. For who? Her or him? Because both of y'all probably did pushing. Who deserves the house? Like a house is a not a push gift because a push gift, I don't know what it is because nobody defined it. Can one of y'all ladies please define a okay, a push gift is for pushing out a child. Okay, I got that part. But there's no parameters or rules or regulations about the cost. So I'm really kind of confused at what the requirements are for a push gift. But a lot of people base the happiness in their relationship on what they have or what someone can do for them. And that's always a problematic because you'll see a lot of times you may go from a point in a relationship to where you got it financially to where you may not have it financially. Trust me, I've been on all spectrums of it. It was a point where I made more money than my wife. Then there was a point where she made more money than me. Then it flipped back to a point where I made more money than her. So if you base your relationship solely on what someone can do for you, even if they try to break their back to give you what they want, life circumstances could end up coming to kick them in the ass, especially if they ain't really got it like that. Okay. See, no rules. That's already a problem. I'm an attorney. I like rules. No rules, just like saying happy wife, happy house. I don't know. I don't know. Whoever said that is a lie. Happy wife, happy house. Happy wife? Like, no, like, I don't know. I don't I don't know. I can't seem to I can't seem to wrap my mind around like her even having this concept of wanting him to buy this house immediately if he doesn't think he's financially ready. Because clearly, with an attitude like hers, she's not going to want some basic run of the mill house. She's going to want something that's happy wife, happy life. Yeah, for her, happy wife, happy life. That goes to show that nobody cares about how the guy. That saying in and of itself is conducive to nobody really give a damn about how guys feel. It's a cold world out there for y'all fellas. Hey, I apologize. Hey, if nobody told you fellas, you could do it. Be strong in your relationship. I see y'all good fathers, husbands, boyfriends. Hey, respect to y'all out there because sometimes it could be a thankless job. That's funny. But a lot of people put a lot of weight on what people can do for them in on their relationship. Kendra G has this interesting YouTube channel. And on this channel, the whole concept is people come on her live and they talk a little bit about they talk a little bit about who they are, when their last relationship was, and then they put out their contact information. So anybody watching this show can contact them with the hope of getting a relationship. And there was this girl on there. I literally was just watching it before the show. It was like an 8-minute clip. Hold on real quick. I don't want to miss the comment. You have the show. You really gonna be yelling at. I'm gonna be yelling at her, or I'm gonna be yelling at the couple collectively. Now I'm gonna have to watch the show and do a follow-up video. Because that clip puts her in the worst light possible, and it makes that guy seem like he should be running for the hills. So I'm gonna have to watch the show and do a recap. Let me see if I can find this clip real quick. Let me see. I'm gonna go to my YouTube history, and I want to show y'all this clip. I want to show y'all this clip because it shows how much people put on what someone can do for them and how delusional some people are. Okay, I got the clip right here. Let me find the right exact part. Oh my goodness. Okay. So yeah, I'm only gonna play a couple minutes of this clip, but this clip is gonna go to how people put so much into what someone can do. Now remember the context of this clip that I'm about to put up here. Let me go and cue this up real quick. Oh, it's like 5 couples, and all of them probably terrible. Let's see if I could. All right, stop screen, share screen, window. Okay, so we got it up on the screen now. Now let me get y'all the context because I'm not gonna play this whole video because it's too goddamn long. But I want y'all to get the context so y'all can watch it for a few minutes. And it goes to show how. And I'm not gonna say women because men and women have are kind of delusional or can be delusional when it comes to relationships and what the expectations are. But the context of the show is Kendra G, shout out to her. Go check out her YouTube channel. She has a show with singles going there. They talk about their last relationship, what they want in a partner, significant other, income, children, the whole nine. So she got this sister on the show, and this sister said that she can date a guy. They was like, it was funny. What's your age limit that you're willing to date? She said 35 to graveyard. But at some point, she's telling a story about how she dated a guy who was, I think, 30 or 29 years older than her, and he was a millionaire. Now, I'm going to play this just so we can put it into context how she values what someone can do for her financially. But I'm going to point out, as the video finishes up, I'm going to point out how she got a little bit of cluelessness going on here, and it's kind of interesting.
She has an 18-year-old daughter. What kind of man you looking for, boo?
Hopefully no one recognized me. I was on a live before on another channel, and at the time I was dating an older man. So
how much older?
30 years.
So you was 37. He was 67.
God damn.
So I was 30.
That's crazy as hell.
65.
Okay.
So I'll go from 37 to graveyard.
37 to graveyard? That's crazy.
I'm like men older than me. So I dated a 71-year-old. I dated a
she crazy as hell. 71-year-old, and you're your 30s.
Never know that. Look. I'm just
okay. But what's some other attributes besides the age?
Honest. You don't have to tell me all your business because, to be honest, like my dad is a very successful man, right? So I understand how they operate. I understand, like you already know you grew up with
this girl wild as hell.
Blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying he's done anything against my mom, this together, but I understand how they operate. And so, do I expect you to come up and tell me all the intricate details of every single business you've done or whatever? No. Do I expect for you to tell me?
Hello? Is she still here? Okay, Wi-Fi's starting to act up, so we gotta move a little fast, okay? All right. So, okay, you're talking about your dad, but let's just kind of get to it fast, only because of my Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Want a man that makes a certain amount of money, or you don't care?
I care.
What's the least amount of money he can make?
The least amount.
Oh, okay.
150?
150. You couldn't even do 6 figures. You couldn't do 100K.
150? What's the least amount he can make? $150,000? That's crazy as hell. But just a few more, another minute and a half. I want y'all to get to where she's talking about the last millionaire she dated. So right now, we already know that she date guys who are old as hell. She want the minimum of the next guy she dating to be $150,000 a year, which is a lot of fucking money. And I want y'all to hear what she says about the millionaire, because this goes to show that a lot of people only give a damn about what someone can do for them in a relationship. And I'm gonna point out a really good point to show how sis is a little delusional on here.
I'll go 100. It's comfortable. So
You don't have to do 100 if you don't want to do 100. I was just asking. Do you want
if
to
you
do
have
100?
100, if you have 100K in debt and you have 25K in debt, you make 100K, it's fine. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of relative to how you spend.
Okay. Do you does he have to look a certain way?
No, not at all.
Let's do the Kendra Cam.
No. I cleaned up the
Okay. Hey, all right. Before we do the Kendra Cam, let me explain for anybody who never seen this show. Kendra Cam is you got to stand up and they got to see you from head to toe. So all the prospective people who may want to contact you for a relationship can see what they're working with. Now, I'm just gonna be honest. If your minimum price of the minimum amount that a man can make is $150,000, you need to make sure you got your shit together before you go on this show. I'm just saying that, like, hey, I'm not talking about a person's body or how they look. You just need to have your most presentable version of yourself on. In my opinion, that's just me. It's thousands of people who watch this shit when it happens live. It's kind of wild.
Well, they're definitely gonna talk about you in 100.
Yeah, that's crazy. What's wrong with 150?
I got a flat booty. Nice and flat. Okay.
So listen to her talk about this millionaire.
Yeah, someone who made 7 figures off of these.
So a millionaire.
Okay, so someone who made 7-figure bought her these. This is where it's going to get interesting, but you can see really what she values in a relationship. And again, she a little delusional too.
After your breath.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
After 2 weeks.
For her birthday.
Why did you
In
break up
Chicago.
with him?
#1 plastic surgeon.
She
So why did you
bragging.
break up with him?
Why'd you break up with
He's
him?
an alcoholic, actually. He had to break up with me because he was dating me. I didn't know it. That he was like, and apparently
This story
there was
make
a
no damn
sponsor,
sense.
and you have to ask his sponsor first couple steps or something. Get it from them. So because when he broke up with me, I pulled Mariah Carey on it, and I made him pay for my sponsor as a concession.
Ooh, you gotta do it, girl. So in 2 weeks of knowing him, how did you tell him you want a new breast? You just said it.
I was like, he asked me, have you ever wanted a rooftop? And I was like, yeah, I thought about it. Like, yep, you want for your birthday? And I was like, sure.
And why did he pay your rent for 9 months?
Because he lied to me. We moved in together, and then a week later, his sponsor like showed up at the door. Like, you can't live with a woman and be in our program in order to keep his
What the
job.
hell
And,
kind
like,
of program he was in?
Like insurance job. He flew all over the country selling like insurance and stuff. In order to keep his job, he had to stay in this AA program. And so the sponsor was like, well, I'm not going to keep you in the program unless you live by yourself and come back to the halfway house. Yeah.
All right, that's a crazy ass story. That story is complete cap. That dude was like, "Hey man, come over and act like you my sponsor, cause I don't want to stay with this broad. She crazy. I could eat the cost of the breast that I just paid." Like it's crazy, but this video is a prime example of what people value in a relationship. It's a prime video of what people value in a relationship. Yeah, but she wants somebody who makes a minimum of $150,000. Again, your presentation is everything. Right? Why would I want to pay for an expensive meal if that meal was brought out on like a trash can lid? No, you wouldn't do it. So don't have the best presentation, but she has this high requirement for someone's income. But she goes to, I want somebody who makes a minimum of this. Okay, but you had someone who made 7 figures. You had somebody who was a millionaire who, after 2 weeks, they purchased you some new boobs. And they ended up paying for your condo for 9 months, according to her, as a punishment for telling a lie, something to that effect. Like someone, and a lot of people, not particularly everyone, but a lot of people, and it's not uncommon for people only to be in relationships for how it benefits them. So that clip we saw earlier of old girl wanting a house, like, hey, I want a house and you should buy it because I don't want to do nothing, but my name is going to be on the deed. She clearly wants a relationship where she can get things that are beneficial to her. She talked about seeing other marriages where the husband buys this and that. They're already comparing what other people are doing to what she wants her prospective husband or husband to do. That's kind of crazy. Now, that clip we just saw, this is the delusional part that I don't think that, she kind of put together. She mentioned something about having this millionaire pay for her rent for 9 months or something to that effect. And Kendra was like, okay, do you. I don't know why that's applauded. But someone who makes a 7-figure earner, I'm assuming you make a minimum of $1 million per year. Someone who makes $1 million per year, paying for your breast and your 9 months of your rent is like the equivalent of me as a attorney with over a decade of experience, like going to buy. That would be like me going to buy some girl a pair of Jordans. Like, it's nothing to him. It's nothing to him. He doesn't care about it. But I think the fact that she's willing to date a guy from the age of 38 or 35 to death is pretty indicative of, hey, she wants someone who's established. It's a cold game out here. Like I said before, the most important financial decision that you'll ever make is who you want to create a partnership with. Because once you're married, that's what you create, a partnership interest. And if you got a cool partner, hey, y'all could conquer the world. If you got a jacked up partner, they could conquer you, or you gonna be trying to conquer them. And the only thing y'all gonna end up is in 90-day divorce court, like Nate was talking about with this show. But that's it for this video. I just wanted to talk a little bit about, hey, there's some people out there who crazy who just want shit, but they don't want to be in nothing. I want all the benefits of a relationship, but I don't want to work together to be able to acquire the stuff that people acquire in a healthy relationship. So, hey, ladies, fellas, be careful out there. It's a cold game. Y'all take care. Have a good evening. Peace.